Hey, welcome to Game Dev Weekly. If you're new here, I'm working on Hydroneer, a mining game where you dig for gold and other resources to build massive mining machines. If you're interested in checking out Hydroneer, check the Steam link below. Also, it's available now on Patreon for a minimum of $2. This week I'm upgrading the version of Unreal Engine that I'm using. This is because I need some of the new features that are available in the newer version, but it's worth a mention whenever you are upgrading your engine version, usually a lot of things go wrong. And from today's video, you'll be seeing some of those battles that I've been having this week. So the first thing that's been messed up is this, you can see right here. When I zoom in, the terrain actually kind of disappears. This is something called distance field edge blending. It basically blends in other meshes when they are intersecting with the landscape, and I never really got it working, so the way I'm going to fix this is just to remove it. The next issue I got here is with the digging. When I dig, the terrain doesn't actually move at all. It kind of moves very, very slightly, and I'm trying to figure out why this is. I think it's down to the fact that I'm digging a very small chunk out of the terrain, but the resolution on the terrain is way too high to be able to actually pull anything out. It's like I'm trying to take a very small chunk out, but I can only take out large chunks on this terrain. So I messed around with the resolutions a little bit, and it still isn't really working. I can sort of take out a chunk, but it's not the size I really want. So I tried to flip the issue on its head and just take out large chunks instead. You can see here that although the materials look a little bit messed up, I can actually pull out these very, very big chunks. For reference, the chunks I usually pull out have got a radius of about 2 centimeters, whereas these right here have got a radius of 1 meter. So as some of you may know, I'm using the voxel plugin to get the terrain digging, and I think it's an actual problem with the plugin not working and not on my end. So what I've done is created a brand new fresh project, and I've implemented a very basic system of the terrain digging using the plugin. And as you can see here, I'm trying to take out a size which will be similar to the shovel in Hydroneer, and it really isn't working. So this is a problem with the plugin and not on my end. I've talked to the guy who makes the plugin, and in the next few days he's going to have a look at it and try and fix it. So the next thing I've been working on is the coin sound. What I wanted to have is a unique sound for all of the coins. The coins fall in the resource category, and that means that they have the same dropping sounds. You can hear from this gold bar right here. So what I want is that when the coins are combined, then they have a completely different sound, whereas when they're dropped, they have the standard resource sound. So when they're dropped, they sound like this. And then when they're combined, they have a completely different sound. Sound design is really important in video games, and I have a sound designer named Dan. I've mentioned him before in my previous videos, and he's really, really good at sound design. I'm really, really happy with the sounds that he's created. And if you want to check out some of his work or perhaps hire him for one of your projects, I've put his links in the description below. These coin sounds are really nice. They're going to be replicated in other places, like when you buy and sell an item. I think I'll use the sound when the coins are either spawned or deducted. So it turns out I was using the voxel digging plugin wrong this entire time. Without even realizing, I was abusing a bug in the plugin, removing and adding dirt at a scale which the terrain wasn't really set up for. Therefore, I can't upgrade the engine version as this bug in the plugin was fixed. A big shout out to the author of the plugin. He was really helpful this entire time, showing me where I was going wrong. It's a shame I can't upgrade the engine, as I really wanted to use the new world editing tools in the latest version, but I'll just have to do without it. That's going to wrap up for today's video. If you'd like to try out Hydroneer, head to the link in the description below. It's available now on Patreon, or if you'd rather wait for the release, then I've left a link to the Steam page so you can just add it to your wishlist. A big thanks to my Patreons as usual. I will see you all next week.